Jinger Duggar reveals induction before welcoming baby boy. It's been 1 week since Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo welcomed their baby boy, Finnegan Charles Vuolo, into the world. The couple had been on baby watch for the entire week leading up to Jinger's due date, with her mom, Michelle Duggar, flying into town. When they announced the birth of Finn, they gave minimal details, but recently, the Counting On star did a Q&A on her Instagram stories and talked about his arrival. Her official due date was March 28, which put her at exactly 40 weeks. Since Jinger didn't go into labor herself, she was induced on her due date. Here's what the mom of 3 had to say about her latest arrival. Jinger Duggar reveals induction. God is so kind. Jinger Duggar revealed she was induced at 40 weeks on her Instagram stories. The Counting On star shared a selfie, revealing that the birth went well and saying, "God is so kind." Finn was born on March 29, just 1 day after her due date induction. He weighed just over 8 pounds, and the couple went home the next day. Michelle Duggar stayed to help Jinger with her recovery and the late nights with Finn. It's unclear how long she'll be in California. Jeremy Vuolo's parents were also in town, though they left just a few days after Finn was born. Will Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo have more children? The topic of how many children Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo want has been hot since the couple married in 2016. They revealed they would not follow in the Duggar family's footsteps with multiple children. Jinger and Jeremy welcomed their first child in 2018 and their second in 2020. Finnegan is their third, born nearly 5 years after their last one. It's unclear whether they will welcome one more or remain parents of 3, as adding a newborn will take time to adjust to a new routine. 2 more Duggar grandchildren will be born this year, with Jessa Duggar welcoming her 6th child and Hannah Wisman welcoming her 3rd daughter, with Jeremiah Duggar in a few weeks. There's speculation Jana Duggar might be expecting too, which would draw much attention from followers. No matter what Jinger and Jeremy decide to do regarding expanding their family, the couple is experiencing new things with their son. Jinger Duggar reveals induction before welcoming baby boy, a journey of grace and strength. Under the soft hum of nursery preparations and the quiet buzz of anticipation, Jinger Duggar Vuolo found herself in a moment of stillness, a rare kind of stillness, especially in the last few weeks leading up to the arrival of her son. While the rest of the world may have seen her as the daughter of a famous family and a woman of faith who grew up on camera, to Jinger, she was simply a mother, waiting with open arms and a hopeful heart. But this time, her journey to motherhood took a new turn, one that was unexpected, tender, and full of faith. In a heartfelt video shared with her followers, Jinger opened up about the deeply personal decision to be induced before giving birth to her baby boy. The room behind her was softly lit, the pastel blues and creams of the baby's nursery casting a peaceful glow as she spoke candidly to the camera. It wasn't an easy choice, she admitted, her voice steady but emotional. But it was the right one for us, for him. Sometimes the path God lays out for us is a little different than what we envisioned. Jinger's words held weight, not because of shock or drama, but because of their sincerity. She'd always been a symbol of quiet strength, balancing her upbringing with her own evolving journey of faith and independence. And in that moment, she wasn't just a public figure. She was every mother who has faced a fork in the road and made the decision out of love, hope, and wisdom. For Jinger and her husband Jeremy Vuolo, the pregnancy had been full of joys and quiet challenges. The flutter of little kicks, the late-night talks about names, the way Jeremy read Bible verses to her belly while the rain tapped gently against the windowpane. These were the moments that built their anticipation. But as her due date approached, her doctors began to voice concerns. The baby was healthy, growing well, but there were signs that labor might not progress naturally. Discussions began, gentle and thoughtful, about the possibility of induction. It was emotional, she recalled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. You hold on to this idea of how it's supposed to go. You want that spontaneous, it's time moment. But when the conversation turned to safety, for him and for me, I knew I had to let go of my expectations and trust the process. Jinger emphasized that the decision wasn't taken lightly. She and Jeremy prayed, sought advice, leaned on their doctors, and talked late into the night. In the end, peace came in the form of clarity. I remember Jeremy holding my hand and saying, "Whatever happens, we've got this. God's with us." And that was it. I knew we'd be okay. The induction was scheduled for a Tuesday morning. In the days leading up to it, Jinger leaned into the calm before the change. She nested like all mothers do, rearranging diapers, folding tiny onesies, and pausing often just to feel the life inside her. Each moment became a sacred farewell to pregnancy and a whispered welcome to the child she hadn't met yet, but already loved more than words could capture. That morning, they drove to the hospital under a lavender sky. The city of Los Angeles still slept, but Jinger was wide awake, a bundle of nerves and grace. She smiled as she remembered. I wore my coziest sweatshirt, and Jeremy brought my favorite tea. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't like the movies, but it was real, beautiful, even. The induction began gently, a process paced with care. Jinger described it as a dance of waiting and watching, of breathing through contractions while Jeremy read psalms aloud, and nurses moved softly in and out of the room like quiet caretakers of a sacred space. Hours passed, time blurred, and then, at last, in the quiet crescendo of effort and awe, her baby boy arrived. I heard him cry, and I just started weeping, she said, eyes glistening as she remembered the first time she held him. It was the most powerful sound I'd ever heard. Like the world starting over. He was perfect. Tiny fingers, a strong little cry, and eyes that searched the room as if he'd already known it all along. In that moment, the journey, the fears, the change of plans, the induction, melted away. There was only love. Fierce, consuming, unwavering love. In sharing her story, Jinger hoped to speak to other mothers walking similar paths. She knew how plans could shift in a heartbeat, how birth could look different than imagined. But she also knew how beauty could rise from surrender. There's no shame in choosing what's best for your baby, she said, voice warm with conviction. Birth isn't about perfection. It's about bringing life into the world in whatever way that looks for you. For me, that meant induction, and I wouldn't change a thing. As the days passed, Jinger and Jeremy settled into life as a family of 4. Their daughter, Felicity, became a big sister with wide eyes and endless curiosity, peeking over the bassinet and whispering secrets to her baby brother. We're in the thick of it. Diapers and sleepless nights and so many cuddles, Jinger laughed. But we're grateful, so grateful. The nursery, once filled with soft expectation, now holds life. The rocking chair creaks with nightly lullabies. The bookshelves are stacked with bedtime stories, and in the center of it all is a baby boy, swaddled in love. As for Jinger, she's embracing this new season with open arms. The girl who once shared her life with the world is now a woman finding strength in her voice and purpose in her vulnerability. Her story isn't just about birth. It's about trust, about courage, and about the quiet, powerful choices that shape us. I've learned that motherhood is full of surprises, she said, but it's also full of grace, and every part of this journey, the expected and the unexpected, has been a gift. And somewhere just off camera, the soft coo of a baby boy echoed, a tender reminder that sometimes the most beautiful stories begin with a change of plans.